that you have such a great way of adopting new technology, kind of embracing things before the rest of the world does. And one of the ways I kind of noticed that when I was at your house is this living spa that you have there.
Yes.
And I felt like I was stepping into the future, and maybe I could find a photo of it or post so folks can see just how cool it is. But um, before we get into the new tech of Web3, can you talk about how you're using new technology to take care of your health and well-being?
Well, I've always just been obsessed with technology and anything to do with beauty and anti-aging and everything. So I'm like Inspector Gadget, where I need to like find out every single thing that is coming out. So I built this living spa at the house because I usually go to this place in LA called Next Health, and I wanted to build one at the house just to make it easier. So the hyperbaric chamber and a cryo machine and hydrofacial and different like light stim lights, just basically every type of, I don't know, beauty, facial, and body machine available.
Yeah, I heard like you and Carter like are in like it's just like it's so cool how you prioritize that, like what are the things like that you think will become like like the cryo chamber? I know Matt, you also have tried that before. Like is that something that you think will become more mainstream in the future?
I
Yeah,
think definitely, right?
yeah. Paris is an innovator here. So last time when Josh and I were hanging out with Paris and Carter, they walked us through their entire health routine, and then we actually started trying it, and it was incredible. It's you know quite simply like life changing. Some of the
Mhm.
small tweaks, seeing the doctor that Paris has, doing cryotherapy, and some of these other techniques, they give you just a lot more energy, a lot more vitality. And so props to them for innovating in this area and doing the Inspector Gadget thing. I think it's super, super cool, and it's going to be way, way more mainstream.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it. Speaking of just being ahead of the curve, one other thing that I thought was awesome is like Paris, like now this is your second NFT collection after your first one went for 1.11 million to Amir. I believe Amir is in the
Yes.
audience
Hi,
somewhere.
Amir. I see him.
Oh,
Can we
we need a
bring
new
him up?
right
Yeah, let's
now.
have him up here. Yeah. Amir, if you're here, I just invited you to speak. Would love to have you on stage, but let's see if he's connecting. But as we bring Amir up, Paris, I mean, you are. Oh, there we go. Amir, how you doing, man?
Good, good, good. Wow, what a stage. Wow, congratulations, Paris. Wow.
Thank you.
Amazing. Yep, Amir, what do you recall about that NFT drop and like how you met Paris and how's your relationship been since then? Because I think one of the big things is like being a collector of Paris's NFTs, like the relationship just doesn't end once you win. It really is the beginning point. So can you talk about from a collector's perspective, maybe how your relationship has grown since you got her NFT in the first collection before we dive into the second one here that we're celebrating today?
Of course, of course. Well, um, I mean, everything changed, right? So right after the NFT, about the NFT, and I mean, I think we were in the room with Farouk, we were in the clubhouse. So right after that, I got into contact with Paris. I mean, Paris sent me a voice on Instagram, and that was the first time I was receiving a voice from Paris Hilton, right? So that was like, OMG. So, I mean, that was crazy. I was like super excited. So it just showed that Paris was so down to earth and she really wanted to connect to her collector and that she actually gave a lot of value to the collector. Now I'm like, I mean, we're chatting like with Paris, with Carter. I actually invited Paris to be a curator on the NFT show that we are holding in Liverpool. So, I mean, when you're a collector, a Paris piece is not like you're forgotten, right? You become part of the sort of inner circle of 888. So Paris has an inner circle, And as a collector, you become part of the inner circle. And it's great. It's amazing. I mean, you're connected to the crypto queen. I mean, what else can I say, right? So it's amazing.
Aw. Thank you, Amir. I love you.
Oh, I love you too, sis.
So excited to curate for your show as well. I can't wait for that.
Oh my God, that's gonna be, I mean, how crazy is that, right? You send a message, say, Paris, oh, can you be a curator in a show? So you lift up artists. And she's like, of course, without hesitating, right? So these are the things that differentiates Paris from many celebrities that, I mean, we are seeing this culture of celebrities coming into this space and trying to only, I mean, thinking about their own bag, but like Paris is building her community. She's doing a lot for the community. She's doing a lot for female artists. On her first piece that I've got, she actually set up a foundation to help a lot of artists, female creators. So these are great things that Paris is doing. She's like going, I mean, places, talking about NFTs, empowering everyone in the NFT space. So these are valuable, and I'm honored to be part of this journey. And I mean, as a collector, that's huge for me. So yeah, I mean, what else can I say, John? It's everything is amazing.
Amir, my God, I have the biggest smile on my face. I'm gonna have to quote you on that. I feel like that's one of the best testimonials of a collector, and it just speaks to Paris. Like you, again, the common thread is not just you being ahead of the curve, but you being in it with your fans and your community in the DMs. And I know you told me stories when we did our Forbes interview, just meeting fans who maybe didn't have enough money to come out to shows. You're like, don't worry, I got you. I'm gonna fly you out. I'm gonna take care of you. And it's cool to see that extend to over 2 decades of your career and counting.
Thank you. That's just how I am as a person. Like I love to support others. I love to lift others up. I love to bring happiness to the world. Like I feel like one of the reasons I was sent here was to kind of bring like that sparkle and fun and I don't know, just good energy because we need more of that, especially in LA.
For sure, for sure. I think speaking of good energy, can we do another giveaway for folks in the audience? I think
Yes.
that'd be fun. How
John
should we
is
do this? Should we
Oprah
do
today.
you get an origin NFT, you get an origin NFT. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. How should we do this? Should we do a different emoji this time?
Yeah, do like shit. Hold on, I keep getting rugged. Do like the peace emoji.
The peace emoji. All right, guys.
You gotta scroll a lot though. There's a lot of people in here, John.
I know. Oh my God. All right, here we go. Let's 2,000 people. 2,000 people. All right. Give us the peace sign emoji. Oh my Lord.
Yeah,
oh my
luck.
Lord.
Good luck, John.
And maybe give a tweet out or retweet this room and I'm trying to look through. And bonus points. Here we go. Bonus points. Maybe we'll do this for the next one because I'm teasing it. Change your if you change your profile or share something about the Paris's NFT to show some love. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I am looking.
Yes.
Boom.
Oh my.
I'm tempted to get. Oh my God. I'm seeing some. Oh my God. Here we go. Melissa Mimosa.
Oh yes. Okay.
Melissa.
Melissa's an important Super Yeti figure.
Ooh, okay. All right. Melissa
Paris,
Mimosa.
you heard of the Super Yetis before?
Yes.
yes. That's we Hell Yeti, they say, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And today happens to be Sunday service. So that's a good one, John. All right, so Melissa, Message Origin Protocol, the big O in blue here on stage. Spam their DMs, and you won an NFT. And John's gonna handle that.
Congrats.
That's funny. Oh man, you cracked me up.
Amazing. I'm loving the vibes here. All right, Paris. Next question. All right. So, I think you're just a mogul in so many ways. You know, a lot of people know about all you've done on social. We're now hearing about all you've done in the NFT space after your first drop. But you've also launched over 19 different product lines, ranging from perfumes to dog clothing that have generated over $4 billion to date. So I wanted to ask you, what's the most bizarre product you've ever been pitched to put your name
on?
That's a good one.
I have so many different product lines, but it's definitely things I've said no to. one of the weirdest ones, which was so random, which I was like, this does not fit my brand at all, was when I was in Mexico and they're like, some food company reached out and said, we want to do Paris Hilton beans. And like they showed me all these mock-ups of these like pink cans that like had like my picture on them holding beans. I was just like, no, I don't think this is gonna go with my brand. Sorry.
Low key, Paris Hilton beans. Yeah, I feel like
that sounds
you
kinda
made the
weird.
right call.
I'm not gonna lie, like Paris Hilton beans. You know, it's kind of like I wonder if you get shared worst project in this space or in the Web 2 space. Tell the truth. Okay.
Yeah. True.
Oh my God. Okay, moving on. So, and for folks who are curious about the NFT, the ones that we're giving away, just go to nft.parishilton.com. It's the link in the Origin Protocol tweet. Again, it's in collaboration with SUPERPLASTIC on Origin Protocol as they launched a new platform, Story, which makes it accessible for anybody to do and launch their own NFT. So we'll get more into that in a second. But Paris, one thing I wanted to ask you about is that in the Netflix documentary, The American Meme, you said this really interesting quote towards the end where you said, I would love to have my own clones and send one to China and I could be at home. And knowing that you're the highest paid female DJ in the world, I'm curious to hear your take. In the future, do you think you'll DJ more events in person or in the metaverse while actually being at home in your pajamas?
I think definitely a lot of both. Just after performing on New Year's Eve and my Paris World on Roblox, it was just so much fun. And with the technology and everything that's happening, it's just like amazing how real it feels. Like I had so much fun when Phoocious and I were DJing for the Decentraland festival. So I could definitely see a lot more of that. Like I'm going to be performing at Tomorrowland this summer and big festivals like that, which I love because there's nothing like being there in real life. But, you know, now with everything, all the technology available and just how amazing everything is looking, I will definitely be doing way more shows in the metaverse than I was before.
That's amazing. And what was the process of getting digitally mapped? I know, Matt, actually from Origin, you had a similar experience where you turned yourself into a 3D avatar with these cameras all around you. I'm wondering, Paris, if you can maybe share your experience doing that for the American Meme documentary on Netflix. And Matt, maybe if you could touch on that as well. It's such a unique experience that maybe more people will do in the future, but you guys have uniquely done so far.
Yeah, back in like 2017, we were shooting the documentary, and I had went to Korea and had a bunch of meetings with different tech companies and VR companies, and that's when I just started thinking of this whole like Paris world, kind of Club Paris, where people could come and be their own avatars and come into this metaverse. So I was thinking about this, you know, years and years ago, and I met with this company and went there, got my whole body and face, everything mapped out to make my avatar. And now to see this is actually coming to life today is pretty exciting.
Yeah, the
It's
technology
incredible.
is really progressing. The one that I did earlier this year, it was pretty fascinating. It was literally you stand in this setup for about 3 seconds. There's about 200 cameras. They take pictures from all different angles, and then within 10 minutes or so, you have a 3D model that can dance, do backflips, etc. This is definitely going to be, I think, a future thing that comes into the metaverse. And I think we're going to see a lot of innovation in NFTs as well, where certain NFTs that are 3D models or represent people, they're going to take on lives of their own in the metaverse. So super, super exciting.
Yeah, I thought that was amazing. Matt, I saw your avatar low key. Somebody, I think the guy from that studio was like, hey, do you want to get your scan? And it's like, here's an example. It's like, I know that dude. So yeah, I think that's going to happen more and more. All right.
It's so cool. I find it so cool that you DJ'd with Ferocious in the metaverse. Like, can we stop on that for a second? Like, I think no.
Yes.
I mean, I know you're really close to Ferocious, and he really loves you. And,
I love him.
And it's just, I find that really cool, like the mix of both. Like, you have Paris Hilton, it's so big in the whole, you know, Web 2 space, massive, and you've entered a space like this, pretty well. But like DJing with Fuo, who to me, I think is the most important artist of our generation, or if not one of them. And I just find that mix of both really cool, and that being in the metaverse. So that's really, really cool. Shows, kind of how involved, you're trying to be in the space, especially.
Yeah, it was so much fun. And I love Felicius. I think he's just such a brilliant genius, and his art is incredible. So I'm excited to see everything he's doing and all the success he's having. He deserves it.
Absolutely. I think another amazing player in this space and artist is SUPERPLASTIC, who you
Yes.
collaborated with on this NFT, specifically the three pieces that are coming out after this My Forever Fairy Tale, which again is the $11.11 NFT that we're giving a few away today. So if you're just tuning in, guys, we're about to give our next one away. So get your fingers ready on those emojis. But after that, and at 11:11 p.m. PST tomorrow, you have three pieces with SUPERPLASTIC that everyone can see at nft.parishilton.com. I'm wondering, Paris, and I wanted to bring the SUPERPLASTIC team as well into this part of the conversation since they're on stage. How did you come across SUPERPLASTIC, and what do you think about this whole idea of synthetic superstars like Daisy, who's one of the characters in your pieces?
I've been a fan for a while, just seeing everything that they were doing, and then just saw some of their drops, and I was like, oh my god, this is so sick. And then we were in contact and just started just coming up with these ideas together, and I'm just really blown away by their creativity and how they're just making this like these new characters that are like celebrities in themselves, like in their Gucci campaign, they like literally look like they could just be models. And it's pretty amazing that now you could literally turn a digital character into its own brand or into its own influencer or whatever. It's just it's pretty amazing what you could do with digital art in the space. And I love what they're doing with this. I just think it's so cool and fresh and fun, and just it's so sick. So you guys are killing it, and I'm honored to have done this drop with you.
Yeah, it's so cool. I think you guys are just the SUPERPLASTIC team. You're so ahead of the curve. Galen, I know you're on stage. The SUPERPLASTIC account. You're here. I want to pass the mic. We had an amazing conversation about how you're doing this, and I want to make sure you're able to share that on stage and talk about the NFT collaboration with Paris and Origin.
Yeah, no, and thanks for like the huge shout out, Paris. Like, we're fans of you, obviously. And I think like for us, the coolest thing about approaching this project with Paris creatively is like we sat down and said we can do anything, because these characters, they're real, but they're really not that real. And we're animating them, and we create whatever world we want, and explain any message we want. So we were really able to just kind of build upon that. So I think from the SUPERPLASTIC side, like we're super, super happy with how all the pieces came out. And I think a lot of people don't see the actual creative process between people and teams and all that stuff. But really, this one was one of the smoothest and just most like organic. And I felt like it was because I think the narrative that Paris had to begin with the project, and like she came in with the direction that was really strong. It resonated really well for Daisy is kind of our lead, because Paris is the OG crypto queen. And then in our world, Daisy's kind of the OG synthetic, animated celebrity crypto queen. So we wanted her to really kind of almost embody Paris's message throughout this campaign. But yeah, all in all, I mean, like we had a blast, and this was like, it was one of the most fun projects we've had this year.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Joanna from
Oh yeah.
Hi. Thanks for
Joanna's
joining.
the bomb.
GM.
What's up, GM?
Yeah, I just really want to echo what Galen said. I think, we work with so many people, so many different celebrities, and we at SUPERPLASTIC really make it a point to work with people we genuinely really admire, respect, and working with Paris was like a no-brainer. Like, we really celebrate strong women. She's absolutely amazing. She's super creative, and I think it's been one of the like easiest, smoothest, most fun partnerships that we've done for sure.
Thank you.
That's incredible. And for the SUPERPLASTIC team, I'm curious if you could talk about how does a digital character get a partnership with Gucci? You know, or how does, like, I believe it's Daisy has a PhD. Like these are such intricate details about these characters that give them life, and even more detail to this NFT drop with Paris and Origin. I'm curious, how do you go about that? Because it's such a new world that I think a lot of people in the audience may not be familiar with. And then we'll do our next giveaway and keep going through the questions. But I wanted to ask that as a follow-up for you guys.
Galen, do you want to take that? I just want to say that Daisy is super, she's a really strong, independent female as well. So it just makes sense that she's friends with Paris. But Galen, you want to grab that?
Yeah, I can try, and if I fumble, you can pick it up. And Paris, you can jump in as well and lift me out of the fire. It's totally cool. But no, I think, like, the way we approach character development and everything at SUPERPLASTIC is really around just storytelling at its core. And I think what everyone sees at the end, kind of the animated characters coming to life, is like the byproduct of a lot of work around story. And we start out and we really look at white spaces in the cultures we want to kind of mess with. You know what I mean? Like, if it's art, fashion, music, etc. Like, we really dive deep in that, because those are kind of where we all, like, everyone at SUPERPLASTIC is a creator and artist really at heart. So we're really just kind of developing these characters into channels that make sense in those respects. And then we do have, we've got an animation team that, in my opinion, is one of the best in the world. There are people from ILM and Disney and Pixar that are leading there. We've got several different story rooms, and I'm a big fan of comedy, and so is Paul and Ioana. So, like, I think everything we do, it's just got kind of this edge where we don't quite give a fuck, but we really do. Like, we're very humane about it, but like, we don't, like, we like to have fun. And I think our characters all represent, like, parts of all of us that we can't just go out and, like, while out on, because it would probably not be great, especially now because there's social media. Maybe 25 years ago, the shit would fly, but like Googimon and Janky, like, the stuff they do is wild. But I think that that's part of why people are really interested in the character story and the brand story, is because we're able to use, the characters as kind of vehicles that take us to these crazy places, whether it's, NFTs or physical product or stores or all that stuff. So, long answer, but hopefully I covered the question kind of.
100%. I think that's so cool. And just, I put out this tweet about, I think it's fascinating how Paris, you being the OG influencer and creator, is giving props to SUPERPLASTIC on how you're creating the next generation of influencers and creators and brands as the metaverse becomes a thing. So it's just, it's very meta to hear all that.
Very meta.
Well, Daisy was at Paris's bridal shower, so thank you, Paris, for having Daisy.
Yes.
Janky and Googimon snuck in to try and, wreck the party. They didn't, but we appreciate you having them.
Damn, Janky.
That was fun.
That is so cool. All right, should we do our next giveaway before we keep talking about the NFT?
Oh yeah, let's
what
dive
emoji?
in. But yeah, you handle that. You're good at it.
Oh my god, you're like, yes, you go through all the stress of going through all the names. All right, let's do Paris, what's your favorite emoji here? The 100, the peace sign, the wave sign, the laugh emoji. What should we go with?
Unicorn.
Sadly,
Unicorn.
They don't allow us to pick the emoji, Paris. But we'll try and talk to the manager.
Okay.
Let's yeah, Twitter, come on, please add the unicorn emoji for Paris. Let's go with the hand wave emoji. If you guys, if everyone in the audience who wants to enter the giveaway, and again, if you're just joining, I know the room keeps growing and growing. We have over 2,000 folks here right now.
I say for this one, John, you go way low, like way low, down there in the audience.
I'm scrolling. Okay, let's do the hand wave emoji. And as I do that, I just want to give a shout out to other artists and friends in the community.